get there. Now let's talk about blood pressure, and is quietly, silently going to kill you. Now you right here. Let me go through the list. It's a whole page. Monitor blood pressure morning, noon, and night. Hear me out. High blood pressure will screw up your sleep, increase your blood pressure for the next day if you don't sleep. The food you're eating, your training, stress, anxiety, all to shit with bad blood pressure or causing bad blood pressure.
Yeah.
I think most of your social media says get hydrated, get hydrated, get hydrated. Electrolytes, sodium, magnesium, potassium, calcium, sodium, magnesium, potassium, and calcium. It's all these podcasts. And the number one issue for bodybuilding, because high blood pressure is in bodybuilding, people are faced with high blood pressure, is because you're getting heavier. You're putting on size, which affects your liver, your kidney function, your cognitive behavior, how your heart works. So, and you love to find natural ways, not pharmaceutical ways, and you need good rest. Yeah, tell us more. I've gone through the whole fucking thing, man. I had to sit there forever.
You've done it for me. I don't need to do shit.
I know. You don't have to say much, but just it's your word.
Yeah. Okay. So, as
quite passionate
bodybuilder, I am, purely because I've had clients come to me and I've seen their lab work and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And they tell me there's protocols, they tell me everything they're doing, and I'm like, you got no blood pressure medication in here. They're like, nope. I'm like, you're playing with fire.
Wow.
Now, if you're a natural person, a natural competitor, and your blood pressure is sky high, one, it could be from obviously calories and stuff, or you're just not getting the correct sleep, or it could be the stimulant pre-workouts, everything else. You should be concerned, because the higher your blood pressure is, the more kidney damage you're doing.
Yeah.
Because it's making everything work harder. Your blood's thicker. Your blood's going to be pumping harder. Your heart's working even harder. So I even went out of my way to go get an echocardiogram, because I'm like, okay, I'm 34 this year. I need to see where my heart is. They said, perfect. I'm like, awesome. Do I need to worry about anything? They're like, look, a little bit of left ventricular hypertrophy, but that's like normal for any athlete. I'm like, okay, cool. Anything else? They're like, no, cool, off you go. I had panic attacks over this about my health, because I'm a bit of a hypochondriac when it comes to my health personally, because I want to make sure I live a long life.
I noticed recently you were doing tests on top of tests that you even thought, I don't need to take them, but I'm going to go do them. So go ahead.
Yeah. So actually, that's another topic. If you're a bodybuilder and you want to take this sport seriously and you're dabbling in anabolics and all these other drugs and recreationals on top of that and medications that, you're getting prescribed, you better fucking do organ imaging. You better do liver scans. You better do blood tests. Every 3 months, you better do a blood test to know what's going on inside, because you might look chiseled from head to toe, but what's going on inside?
Wow. Yeah. I'm listening.
Right? Like, I had my gallbladder removed, and the gastrointestinal specialist was like, you can never eat fats again. I said, that's a load of shit.
Yeah.
That's a load of shit. My liver will be fine. He goes, no, trust me, you can't. I proved him wrong after 3 months of getting better, and I put everything in front of him, and he's like, I don't know how you did this. I'm like, very simple, natural supplements. But getting back to blood pressure, if you don't monitor that, eventually, and I've seen this happen, your EGFR, which is your estimated filtration, globular filtration rate, which is your marker for your kidneys, it just declines over time. And if it keeps declining and declining and declining, and creatinine keeps going up and up and up and up, eventually you're going to get some sort of kidney damage. And it's going to become stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. When it gets to those levels, it's sort of like, once it gets past a certain level, you're done. Like, you won't be able to bodybuild. So why not have the time to look after yourself and manage your blood pressure? It's such a simple thing.
The reason you can't be a fucking doctor is you're not going to stay inside the box, and you'll get banned, and then you won't be a doctor anymore.
I will mention my doctor, but like, he even agrees with me on a lot of things, but he goes, it's just the way the law is specifically set up is we cannot do certain things the way you wanted to do it. I'm like, okay, fair enough. What can I do? And he goes, look, he used to be a doctor in Russia, and he was a specialist at what he did. And he was working with high performance athletes. And I found him by pure coincidence. And he's been my doctor ever since I was a kid. So I was like, thank fuck for him, right?
Oh, yeah, you're lucky.
he goes, I can't, like, because of the medical system, we can't keep prescribing you to do blood tests. I'm like, okay, cool. So I pay for them privately, obviously, to get them done out of my own pocket. And I take it to him. He looks over it and he goes, brilliant. It's perfect. There's nothing to do. Right.
Yeah.
And I've asked many questions to nephrologists. One of my friends is a nephrologist in Australia. And it just coincidence that I met him and became friends with him because of my own hypochondriac problems that I wanted to get checked out. And he goes, hey, why are you doing these? Like, why are you doing all these tests? Like, you're crazy for doing all this stuff. You know that, right? We only do this in emergency situations. I'm like, because I want to know.
Why do you want to know in an emergency? How about you know prior to an emergency?
Yeah, that's what I said. The same thing to him, and I said the same thing to my doctor. I'd rather know now to catch something now than when I'm 40 years old and I've got 2 kids running around.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course.
Because if you know now, you can address the issue and stop what you're doing and reverse it. And people think you can't
100%.
reverse things. You sure as shit can reverse things. It's going to take you a lot longer to reverse than what you've created damage for.